It's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, just make a note that Councilman Kowalewski and Councilman McCarthy are both absent. I always mess up Ski's name. I'm sorry about that, Jake. Jake's gone. That's easier. Okay, item number 1 is approval of minutes. The regular meeting minutes of October 2nd, 2025 were provided for review. Staff recommends a motion to approve. So I need a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of October 2nd, 2025 as presented.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Call a roll.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednicka?
Yes.
Motion passed. Audience participation. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda tonight? No takers. Presentations, military retiree appreciation day proclamation. So we'll have a proclamation in recognition of Military Appreciation Day on October 25th, 2025. Norman Gretchen is here and will receive the proclamation.
Whereas military retirees have served our country faithfully in times of peace and war, military retirees have made significant sacrifices in defense of our freedom and liberty. A large number of military retirees and their families live, work, and play in the Lansing community. The Fort Leavenworth Garrison will conduct a Retiree Appreciation Day on Saturday, October 25th, 2025. Now therefore, the City of Lansing, State of Kansas, does hereby join the Fort Leavenworth Garrison in recognizing the contributions, sacrifices, and the loyalty of military retirees in our community by recognizing Saturday, October 25th, 2025 as Military Retiree Appreciation Day, the 16th day of October in the year of 2025.
Lean in, Don.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Commission. There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is we're still going to have Military Appreciation Day. We're just not going to have it on Fort Leavenworth like we traditionally do, but it's still a day to be recognized, and you here in the city have done that, as has Leavenworth. And I will make sure that this certificate gets back to the Garrison Commander, Colonel Sunday, and his staff. Yesterday called me into the office and gave me some bad news. The bad news was Military Appreciation Day as we know it on Saturday the 25th is not going to occur this year. The reason it's not going to occur is because of the shutdown, and many of the people that helped run that process, the Army University people that work all the AV systems and whatnot inside of the Lewis and Clark building, a lot of the DA civilians who work at Munson Health Center and administer the shots and things like that, they won't be there. So he had the option of running kind of a half of an effort like we did a few years back during COVID. Many of you who are retirees probably remember that. We ran it out of PX, and it wasn't all that effective. So his thought process is we'll either do it late spring, full up, or we'll wait and do it again in next year. So I can't argue with the logic behind that decision, but I am happy to come out here on behalf of the over 20,000 of us, and there are many of you sitting in this room that are retirees that live in an area that we love to live in. If we didn't love it here, we'd leave, but we haven't done it, so we like it. Thanks again for the honor of coming to pick this up.
All right, thanks, Norman. Appreciate it. Okay, new business. Item number 3 is snow route priority map update. The winter snow route priority map outlines the effort and timing of the roadways and trails. Additional proposed routes to be added include DeSoto Trail from Eisenhower to Ida Street, priority 5, Ridge Drive, priority 2, Canyon Lane, priority 2, and Clearview Drive, priority 2. Public Works recommends adopting the new snow route priorities detailed on the map included in the meeting packet. So I need a motion to adopt the modified Lansing snow removal priority map as presented. Direct the Public Works Streets Department to install appropriate signage along the redesignated routes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. So we have discussion. And Mike, you want to?
Yeah, I can cut. Essentially what we're doing is
Recap.
codifying what we've already been doing, with the exception of the trail. The 10-foot shared use path along DeSoto from Ida to Eisenhower was added since the last time we updated the map. Technically, you are required to remove the snow from your sidewalks, but it often sometimes doesn't get done, and we do receive a lot of service requests about that. So we've talked about it internally with the staff, and we're just going to add it to the, again, it's priority 5, which is our almost lowest priority. So it gets done when we're back on normal shift schedule, and then we just go out there with the snow blower and we will blow it off. There may be some people upset if we blow snow back into their driveway, but that's a consequence of this function. And then the other ones down there, those were never, I mean, the last time we updated the map has been quite a while ago, and so we're just codifying what we're actually doing in practice, and this will now allow us to put up some signs. We had the 10-inch snow that we had last winter showed some gaps in our plan, and we're addressing those because we had some people parked on the road, and it really made it difficult. So now if we've designated this as a priority 2 emergency route, then we can put up the signs, and then we'll have some enforcement mechanism if we so choose.
Any questions? Dan?
Do we clear the snow on all of our trails, Angel Falls and
Yes.
from Holiday on up?
Yes, but again, that's a lower price. Again, it's
Low priority.
It's priority 5. It's everything that you see in orange is what we do. Yes, we do. Again, though, that's after we've already demobilized from snow efforts, and we work that into our routine daily schedule after a snow event.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Just want to say thank you for leaning forward and getting a plan together and making this happen. Great job. Thank you, you and your staff.
Okay. You got a motion and a second? Call the roll.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemmons?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 4 is request for approval of task order 2, survey and easement preparation for future sanitary sewers. The property owner's Englehart Trust, located at 13209 McIntyre Road, would like to donate utility easements to the city for the purpose of constructing future sanitary sewers in the 9-mile watershed. At the present time, no engineering plans have been submitted or are under staff review. To facilitate this land donation, the city will need to perform survey work and preparation of easement conveyance documents. Staff has requested a scope of work and a fee from George Butler and Associates. The total cost for this project is $15,000. So I need a motion to approve task order 2 with GBA in the amount of $15,000.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Tony's here, isn't he? Oh, there he is. He's ready to answer.
Questions?
Anybody got any discussion?
So I'll repeat one that I asked Tony earlier. How do we know where the easement needs to be if we don't have any plans?
If you look at the exhibit up on the big screen there, the lime green lines represent a 20,000-foot view of our 2014 master plan. So we have a relatively good idea, following the topography of those watersheds, where that sewer line's ultimately going to end up. If Ken could scroll just north just a little bit, I wanted to point something out. Nope. Yeah, just go north just slightly. There you go. Towards the Epic Estates property there, just north of McIntyre. Zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. So you can see just north of there on the Epic Estates property, the McIntyre sewer project that we finished last year. You can see the theoretical alignment, which is the lime green line. And that's from that 20,000-foot view of where we thought the sewer was going to go. And those dots represent where the manholes actually ended up. So those are adjusted based on oxbows in the creek, any type of subsurface geology. There could be some really weird things happening. So part of this work is also going to be, the engineers putting boots on the ground and walking that alignment and trying to evaluate the best location for the sewers. And giving a 100-foot, wide easement right now will give us the latitude to be able to adjust that and try and narrow that down going forward. And so once the easements are filed, they get attached to the property. There'll be language in the easement conveyance documents that indicate that temporary easement will expire 2 years after completion of construction. At such time, once the pipe is in the ground, we will narrow that easement to 20 foot, which would be 10 foot either side, which would give us a permanent sewer easement. But we're essentially protecting that 100-foot wide corridor from any future growth or encroachment that would hinder us from being able to, put that sewer in the ground successfully. And it could be 4 years from now, it could be 40 years from now. But at least we have an opportunity to plan for the future, and I think that this is a win-win for everybody. So, did that answer your question, sir?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 5 is 2025 DV012 Monroe Manor Phase 1 Final Plat. The applicant requests approval of the Monroe Manor Phase 1 Final Plat, which establishes lot lines and dedicates public easements and street right-of-way for 63 lots and 3 tracts on approximately 14.6 acres. This is the first of 3 phases planned for Monroe Manor subdivision. Final plat is consistent with the approved preliminary plat and includes tree preservation easements negotiated during the preliminary plat process. At its September 17, 2025 regular meeting, the Planning Commission voted 7-0 to approve the final plat of Monroe Manor Phase 1 with staff recommendations to the City Council. Staff recommends a motion to approve the final plat. So I need a motion to accept the dedication of land for public easements and public street right-of-way for the final plat of Monroe Manor Phase 1.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any questions for Josh? Well, I'll ask the question I had, which was some of the lots looked like they had like 37.55 feet.
Correct.
If
Yeah.
you look at those,
Yep.
twice the 40 feet.
Yep. Ken, in the top right corner, can you zoom in on lots 17, 18, and 19? So the regulations take into account the fact that when you are on a curve, it is hard to get the same number of lots that you would normally when it is a straight road, right? And so there are 3 lots that would be considered substandard, and we wouldn't be recommending approval, but the UDO allows for us to be able to measure the frontage not at the property line, but at the building setback line, right? So there's a setback line, and if you measure at the roadway, it's 37.55 feet, right? But if you go back 15 feet, like this does, the length of that arc that creates the frontage would meet 40 foot. So it is approved and meets our regulations as drawn up. So the developer is also, if you go over a couple of lots between lots 21 and 22, the developer has also submitted plans to be able to meet our green space requirements by adding a trail that connects the sidewalk to Winslow Trail through Phase 1 in between those two lots. So that is what we have.
Thanks, Josh. I didn't know if anybody else
So-
might have cut it.
Yep, that'll be a portion of what you guys are approving as well, that trail plan.
Okay, any other discussion? Anybody? All right, we have a motion and a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
Yes.
Motion passed. Item number 6 is case number 2025 DB013, inline amplifier shelter conditional use permit. The applicant proposes development of an inline amplifier shelter as part of a regional fiber optic network. The site, less than 1 acre in size, will house up to 4 small prefabricated structures used to amplify signal strength along the fiber route running parallel to DeSoto Road. City classifies this use as a public utility facility minor. Planning Commission conducted a public hearing on 17 September 2025 and voted 7-0 to recommend approval with staff's conditions. Staff recommends a motion to approve with the following conditions. A CUP valid for 5 years from the date of the council approval, renewal required thereafter. Site must be maintained free of debris and weeds, fencing, landscaping, and screening kept in good repair. Ongoing compliance with all property maintenance requirements of the municipal code. Landscaping maintained at the expense of the property owner or operator. Facility must operate without creating noise, vibration, or other impacts perceptible at the property line. Any generator testing limited to daytime hours only. And any expansion or substantial modification requires a new amended conditional use permit. So I need a motion to approve case 2025 DV 013. Conditional use permit for the inline amplifier shelter with conditions as recommended by the Planning Commission and staff.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this one?
So this is like a special use permit then? If they violate any of the restrictions we're giving them, we can pull the permit?
Correct. Yeah, so conditional use permit. I mean, let us be very clear about what we're allowing here. This is essentially a permanent structure. We have a 5-year CUP. I believe that's mainly there to protect the city, to be able to give us some leverage. I don't foresee any sort of property maintenance issues, but if we do, we have leverage here to be able to not renew and proceed that way, right?
The west side of the old Ryan Farm?
The west side of Ryan Farm, the east side of DeSoto, yep. There's an existing curb cuts, driveway access point that they're utilizing just north of the creekway that runs southwest there toward DeSoto, and that's kind of it. This is much like the easement that you guys just approved us moving forward with on the Englehart property. This is an investment made by fiber network internet provider to be able to keep running internet to us. This is not a public. This is not like Clearwave. This is not anything like that. We don't actually know who it is, but it is a fiber network. So
Will this service all fiber networks, or is it?
I cannot answer that question. Their representative is here. I don't know. Do you, or Mr. McIntyre might be able to answer that question? I'm not entirely positive. And I don't know if he can say it based off of his NDA, so I'll let him answer that question.
It is a private fiber utility network. That's about as much as I can say.
That means
Look,
it's
can you-
private.
Clearwave is the same.
Private.
It's not
Private means it's not supplying internet to residences.
So what does it exactly do then?
It is, so the best way to explain this is there's internet provided to a user, and there's internet on the backside which provides you guys access to the internet. It's providing that access on the backside to access different sites faster because you would have access to it closer.
clear as mud.
Yeah. So I can jump in a little bit without knowing who he's referring to, but this is things like providing. This would be like, I'm not saying this is who this is, but companies like Google and Facebook and the like will have these type of networks that are powering their services to enable me to pull out my phone and get on my Gmail. So.
Okay.
Property you're going to build these buildings on, do you own that property?
No, it is an easement, so we were buying an easement from the owner of the property for so many years.
So you're buying the easement from the owner of the property?
Correct.
That's already been fully coordinated.
Mm-hmm.
No, we were waiting for this process to go through before we were finalized all of that.
It's conditional, so. we can always pull.
Yep.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks for the info.
Thank you.
All right, anything else for Josh? All right, we have a motion and a second. Call roll.
Mr. Kirby?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Mr. Clemens?
Yes.
Mr. Brungard?
Yes.
Mr. Stednica?
Yes.
Motion passed. Reports. Any department heads have anything for the group? Josh?
So this was exciting for the city. We had our first meeting for our comprehensive plan project for 2026 on Wednesday. It was a pre-submittal meeting where I got to talk with a couple of contractors. There was 14 companies represented at this meeting. In light of that, I will need a couple of volunteers. We haven't figured out how many exactly, but I will need a couple of volunteers to help run the decision-making process when we start opening bids. Bids are due November 5th, I believe, and we'll open them at that point, and then we'll review them and start making decisions on who we want to bring in for interviews to be able to select. So
Whoever's absent tonight is.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like Jake volunteers. I think I can hear him. He's calling from Paris.
Can hear Kevin and Jake saying yes, please. Okay.
But
No, I mean,
Wa-
if
wasn't
somebody
looking
would
for-
like to volunteer for that.
wasn't looking for names tonight, but
Right.
but there you go.
I'll volunteer.
Okay.
Weren't looking and you got one.
I will.
Just two.
There's two. So we will
Kevin and Jake.
we'll get together a list of how many people we need. We see what else we need.
Okay.
Who else we need to fill out. But
Yeah.
just wanted to get that bug in your ear.
Thank you. Any other department heads? Okay, city attorney.
Another report, Mayor.
Tim, city administrator.
Tish and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. That first meeting in January is scheduled for January 1st. And obviously, no one wants to be here on New Year's Day. So I wasn't sure if we wanted to look at days that work for that the following week. That's also the week we would be swearing in the winners of the upcoming city council election. So it's possible we could knock those both out the same night. So I don't know if you guys are open to having a meeting Monday, January 5th, where we would do swearing in our first regular meeting. So it would be a Monday. Is everyone?
I'm open to it. Yeah. Anybody got a problem with that?
No.
Thanks for the notice. Yeah, it's no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Make sure we put that out on email like
Can you
10
do it?
times before the
Way
meeting.
better than the 8th. That's my wife's birthday.
That was our backup. So.
That was our backup.
So it'd
And
be
Donis's
that-
birthday.
that and then the 15th. The next one would then fall on the 15th. It would be 10 days out. Is
Yeah.
that?
So the
okay?
second meeting would be the 15th.
Yes.
Yep. The regularly scheduled meeting.
Yeah, we'd just be back on track then.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Good deal. We'd spoken a little bit about this. The upcoming KDOT Regional Consult is next week on Tuesday from 1 to 4 p.m. at Great Wolf Lodge. We're trying to have a good contingent of Lansing residents and people throughout the county to advocate for projects that help out Lansing and Leavenworth County. We kind of had an informal discussion internally, and a lot of the projects that I think we're going to advocate for, reminding people about K5 and accelerating K5, that's important to Lansing. The McIntyre and K5 intersection is important to Lansing, but also from a regional standpoint, we do think there would be a lot of benefit to improvements at K7 and Fairmount also. So those are a few of the projects that I think we're going to be advocating for at that. So if any of you want to attend that, please let us know. And like I said, hopefully we can have a good turnout for that from Lansing people. So. Okay. Yeah, and you guys can just let me know offline too, because I know a couple of you guys had spoken to me. So. And then I put in my report, we're auctioning off 3 surplus vehicles on Purple Wave. Those are on the north side of the parking lot. Those should be on the Purple Wave auction website. in the next week or so, so people can come look at those, and if they want to bid, they can do that online. The last thing I wanted to mention to you guys, I put in my report that we're continuing dialogue with the developer for the Fairlane Townhomes project. And I think he was open to resubmitting that as a 15-year 100%, as opposed to what he had before at 20 years at 80. I think he was getting the impression that would be a rocky road to approval. So we had spoken a little bit about different options, and we'd spoken with our bond counsel a little bit too. And one of the economic development tools that cities around the metro are using for multifamily projects are industrial revenue bonds. I hate the term for that because it doesn't have to be industrial, and the city's not the one who's encumbering any debt or bonds or anything like that. But IRBs are a tool that can be used to grant a 10-year tax abatement, as well as make equipment and purchases sales tax exempt for the development. So that's an option and an idea that we had spoken about with him a little bit. And I guess when you think about it, if he was going to submit 15 years at 100%, 10 years at 100% gets it on the tax rolls a lot faster. Also with IRBs, the decision lies wholly with the city. The decision doesn't lie with any other agencies or anything like that. So that's one option that we're looking at to kind of help spur that project forward. The other component of that, obviously everyone's trying to, every businessman wants to turn some type of profit. You don't want to lose money on a project. So I know one of the things that he is kicking around doing is changing the project from 21 units to 14 units. Obviously that would be a loss of 7 units, but I think that is one of the things that he's looking at doing. So anyway, I wanted to mention that to you guys, but our bond counsel felt positive about that incentive. There's no real risk to the city or anything like that. He kind of described it as almost a self-enforcing incentive. If he never does anything, there's no real taxes to abate. If he doesn't purchase any construction materials, the sales tax exemption is kind of non-existent. It's been used in Mission, the UG, DeSoto, Lawrence. So it's really kind of becoming a more common incentive tool. And that was, like I said, an idea that we felt like should be evaluated and considered if we want to kind of keep that project potentially moving forward. Craig, did you have anything you wanted to?
No, you did a good job covering that, Tim. It's like also the bond rating doesn't affect the city. It's not like when we go get a bond, it's just a vehicle, and that we help facilitate by resolution so they can get the bond, so they can get the sales tax exemptions and the ad valorem taxes that can get abated. The other issue, well, it's not an issue, it's that the mechanism for repayment is the actual units themselves. The developer enters into an agreement with the issuer or the state, I can't remember which entity, but then part of the collection of the rental unit revenue stream is then paid directly to the bond holders, and that's how they make their money. So,
and our bond counsel said too, it's pretty common for the developer to just buy the bonds themselves and kind of facilitate that with this lender. So I can send you guys more information about something like that. But again, that's kind of the brief overview of that incentive is it would be 10 years, but also an exemption on sales tax materials. So any lumber, siding, air conditioning units, whatever, that would be sales tax exempt. So, but wanted to pass that along to you guys that those were discussions that are happening to see if we can keep that project moving forward.
Who would pay that sales tax?
It would be
Air
exempt.
conditioning units or whatever, so, he goes to Kansas City, some jobber, goes to Train and buys, 14 units or something.
It would be exempt.
Wouldn't he pay sales tax there?
no.
It would be exempt. So just like when the city goes and purchases something and it's sales tax exempt, he would have a sales tax exempt certificate from the state of Kansas.
Like what Missouri has, right before school year starts, they have a tax exemption on clothing and school supplies.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a discussion that's happening, so open to any thoughts, but I can email you guys some information too, so.
Is that it?
That's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Ken. And we'll go around the horn. Gene?
Ken, it's been a joy and a pleasure. Appreciate all your help that you gave me. He's also my ghostwriter. So.
You don't want to say that, you know?
Hey.
I wondered why you sounded so good in those letters. Huh?
There you go. I send it in, he cleans it up, he sends it back to me, and I finally one day said, don't bother to send it back to me, just go with it. Right. But enjoy. I'm open for coffee or lunch anytime you're ready.
All right, Jesse?
Yeah, congratulations, Ken, on your retirement. Thank you for all your years of service to the city. We appreciate all your hard work. No more pressure for an article, I guess, for now. So, Lansing Fall Festival, huge success.
Yeah, it's great.
There were people elbow to elbow in that area. It was just awesome. Great time. I mean, the city staff worked really hard. They put on a great show. All the rides were fantastic. I don't think I heard a single complaint about anything. So good job to the staff for putting that on. So, Saturday is the fire district's open house at 11 o'clock. So be sure to go to the fire department at 11 o'clock. Check out the new fire truck. That's all I've got there.
Okay, thank you, Jesse. Pete?
Just, Ken, thank you for your service. Appreciate everything you've done for Lansing. And I echo the comments. Fall Fest was excellent. Thank you for all your hard work. That's all I have, sir.
Thanks, Pete. Dan?
Ken, from going through Citizens Academy, walking me through the learning process of being a new council member. I appreciate your mentorship and your knowledge. You're going to be sorely missed. I'd also like to extend a thank you to the Englehart Trust for donating the easement on that property. That's a huge savings for the city. I want to thank you for that. And the last thing, when you post a problem on Facebook, it would be helpful if you let your representatives know the problem exists, so I don't have to get it from a third party saying, here's what they're posting on Facebook. Because I don't sit there and skim Facebook and look at things like that, and it would speed things up. Let your representatives know there's a problem. I'm not saying don't post it on Facebook, but I'm saying in addition to, it'd be a good avenue to take.
Talk about a hole in the ground.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it could have been.
If I can just interject a little bit too, staff wasn't aware of that.
I knew you weren't.
Yeah, we went back and looked. We were not aware of that. So, obviously that's within city right of way. That's a city drainage apparatus. So, I mean, that's certainly our responsibility, and nobody had reached out to us. And then we heard from 3 or 4 different people, hey, this guy posted this online. Do you know anything about it? And we had no idea. So I appreciate those of you guys who let us know about that, because we want to do a good job. We want to get those things fixed. So I appreciate you guys letting us know about that.
Okay. Carrie?
Ken, we were in the Leavenworth Lansing Chamber of Commerce Leadership Academy in 2011.
Yes.
And that's where I really got to know Ken, and I told him before the meeting, I said, your voice, he could be like voiceover for like John Fitzgerald Kennedy, how the Bostonian really comes out. So, and then he told me he was in radio, and he's got like the perfect radio voice. So, man of many talents. So, congratulations to you. And the Fall Festival was awesome, and it was crowded, and that was a good thing. Yeah. Really crowded. It was an awesome community event. People were having a good time. So, thanks to all the work the staff did on that. I know you put a lot of time in. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thanks, Carrie. Don?
Well, thanks to Ken, and good luck in your future endeavors. I remember when we hired Ken, It was a temporary position to be a spokesman when we did the Main Street project many years ago. And we worked him into a full-time public relations job. And he's done a wonderful job with that. So good luck to you in your future endeavors. With that, I move to adjourn.
Mayor, can I have an alibi real quick?
No.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
kidding. Go ahead.
No, I just want to give a shout out to a local business. I met somebody in my office building today, and come to find out they were from Parkville. And I said, well, what brings you to Lansing, America? And they said, we love this coffee shop. And they said, we come over here, it's just a really good coffee shop, and we like coming to Lansing, so just thought I'd put that out there before I forgot.
Oh,
That's awesome.
So,
yeah. Appreciate it. Okay, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Did you get the motion and the second?
I didn't get the second.
Who seconded the motion to adjourn?
Okay.
I did.
I will, yeah, somebody.
Sorry.
Now you have one.
Got
Call
it.
roll.
You can have it. I'm
Miss-
good with it.
Mr. Kirby,
Yes.
Mr. Garvey,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Clemens,
Yes.
Mr. Brungard,
Yes.
Mr. Sednica.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.